Hello everyone, I hope I'm live right now. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you guys. Hi Shravani, hi Sharath, how are you guys? I hope I'm live right now. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all guys. Do let me know guys in the chat. And in the meanwhile, do share with your friends, do share with your Hi Pavitra, how are you? In the meanwhile, do share with your friends, do share with your family. Sorry for being late, as there are some network issue there. Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you guys and there are no bufferings in between and there is no video lag in between. Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you all. In the meanwhile, share with your friends, share with your family, share with your college friends and all whoever is attending the boot camp. Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you. And in the meanwhile, share with your friends, share with your family so that they can attend the day 6 of getting hands-on on full stack web development using JavaScript, React, Node, and Laravel. Okay, so we are starting in 5 minutes. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all and there are no bufferings in between and there is no video lag in between. If you are facing any lag, make sure to make the video at a high resolution quality so that you will be able to understand what I'm teaching in a suitable way, in a better way. Let me know guys how's your day. We are starting with the day 6 of getting hands-on on full stack web development using React.js, Node.js, JavaScript, and Laravel. Do let me know guys if you have any doubts in the previous classes. The previous classes are uploaded in the channel, so make sure you subscribe the channel so you don't miss any updates and the upcoming sessions from my side. I will be here to teach you guys to make sure like you get the things, you get the clarity of how full stack web development works. What are the basics of full stack web development? Hi Upendra, how are you? What are the basics of full stack web development? Because as there are no prerequisites for the batch for this live boot camp, and also it's free of cost to you guys, so make sure and the certificates and the attendance form will be shared in after this. After the attendance form will be shared in the end of the session and your certificates will be sent after this session at the last day of the boot camp. So make sure you fill your attendance form. In the meanwhile, do let me know if you have once you shared with your friends and family. Do let me know guys when we can start. We are starting in 2 minutes. We are starting in 3 minutes actually. So in the meanwhile, share with your friends and subscribe the channel for more updates. And do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all, whoever is coming. Do let me know guys. Just a sec. Wait tonight. Sure. And if you guys are interested in doing a brand ambassador for our for the Hybrid Utopia, you guys can I am sharing a form with you guys. Whoever is interested in doing a brand ambassador kind of an internship and get a additional add-on certificate for your performance, for your participation as a brand ambassador. So you guys can fill out the form. The form will be shared in the before the attendance form at the end of the at the end of this day of the boot camp. So can anyone let me know like what I told yesterday? What is the like topic of yesterday class? And do let me know, guys. Do let me know in the chat what is the topic of yesterday class. And in the meanwhile, do share with your friends, do share with your family, and do share with your college friends, and make sure they attend the session for to grab their certifications from our side, because I'm here to teach you guys the full what or for getting hands-on on full stack web development, what full stack web development is, how what is front end, what is back end, as there are no prerequisites for the batch. It is from the utmost basics. So to make sure, like, if you are gonna get hands-on on full stack web development, then this bootcamp will really help you guys. If you are aware from the start, if you are listening properly what I'm teaching from the start. So do let me know, guys, when we can start. We are starting in 1 minute. In the meanwhile, share with your friends, share with your family, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, here is my LinkedIn, guys. If you type, just a second, I have to do a security check to solve a puzzle. This is my LinkedIn. This one. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, here is my LinkedIn, guys. You guys can connect with me on LinkedIn if you have an account on LinkedIn, and make sure this LinkedIn is something that you guys can showcase your experiences, certifications in the tech industry, not in the tech industry, but in the every aspect of industry. It is kind of a like digital resume for you guys. So if you are not aware of LinkedIn, you guys can go through what LinkedIn is, how LinkedIn can help you gain your first job, first internship. So LinkedIn will help you in every aspect of getting your dream job or getting your dream internship, what you are dreaming for and what you are working for. So do let me know, guys, when we can start. We are starting in 1 minute. Do let me know, guys. In the meanwhile, you guys can share with your friends, share with your family, so that they don't miss the session and grab their certificates by attending this 7 days on getting hands-on on full stack web development using JavaScript, Node.js, and React. So shall we start, guys? Do let me know when we can start. Shall we start, guys? Okay, let's get started as it's time to start the class. Uh, yesterday some React parts are not get covered, so I'm making sure like you guys will have a better understanding like what is the basics of React. So I'm clearing you guys. Let's pop out the chat as well. Do let me know, guys, if my audio and my video is clear to you all. So to make sure you don't miss out the session. So let's start my React.js server first. What is the command of starting my React.js servers? Can anyone let me know? If you know, guys, you guys can drop in the chat. If you don't know, I will tell you guys. Hi Babu, how are you? So let's move to my folder. My folder name is what? My folder name is Hybrid Utopia. Let's click show more options and open with code till it's opening. Can anyone let me know what are the prerequisites of installing React or working on React? What are the prerequisites that need to be installed in your Windows, Linux, or whatever system you are working on? What are the prerequisites for getting started with the React.js? Do let me know, guys. Do drop in the chat if you know. If you don't know, I will tell you guys, because I am here to make sure like you guys listen the things properly, you get a clarity over the things what I'm teaching to you guys. So this is something, just a second guys, let me open. For React to be functional, you have the Node.js to be installed in your Windows or Linux or your Mac. So I'm opening a new terminal here. And can anyone let me know what is the command for starting your React JS server? Can anyone let me know, guys? Do let me know if you know. If you don't know, do let me know as well, so that I can able to tell you guys what is the command of starting my React JS server. So for starting my React JS server, the command is npm start. What now, can anyone let me know what is the full form of what is that npm? Can anyone let me know what is that npm? The npm is something that is our node package manager. With the help of npm, we can install our node.js modules in our framework or our library, what we are working on, whether we are working on Angular, whether we are working on React.js, whether we are working on Vue.js. There are many frameworks of JS. Right now, I am teaching you what is how to start your React.js server. Okay, so the command for starting your React.js server is npm start, that is my node package manager. Just a second, why it's not running? Local cache. Oh, sorry guys. Actually, I am not inside my React folder. So there is a command for getting inside your React, inside any folder with the terminal, guys, with the command prompt. The command is cd and my project is inside my React, example React. So I have to go inside the React folder first, that is cd React. Now I am inside my React folder and my folder name is example React. So I have to go inside that and start my node package manager for starting my React.js server. Now I'm cd into my example React, enter. Now I am inside my React.js server. So I am making sure, let's close this actually. No, I'm starting it here. So once I click npm start, you guys forgot about this stuff. I'm working on inside the React example React folder only. Okay, so forget about this stuff. I'm working on here. And yesterday class I have worked and changed the index.js file. Okay, now see my server is starting without any errors, without any scripts. So the thing is, we have to go particularly inside our React project for starting the for starting our React.js server. For starting our React.js server, the command is npm start. The command is npm start. Guys, do let me know if you are clear with it. Till the server is starting, I am going to explain you guys the React components. As I told you earlier, React works on reusable UI components. Reusable in the sense I make a single component and I can reuse the things again and again with the same code, but with the different props, but with the different properties, but with the different colors, but with the different styles. So React works on the reusable UI components. I have to code only one component and I can change its property, I can change its images, I can change its text, I can change its CSS, anything, and I can reuse that same component with different CSS, with different properties, with different concepts. What I am explaining you guys. Till my server is starting, it is starting the development server. My server gets started in 2 minutes. If I go, it will automatically initialize my react.js server. What I have done before, I have added a ul tag and li tag. Okay, I have added a normal paragraph and a h1. Let's make it h1, guys. As you see it, on saving, it is automatically compiling the things in the virtual memory, in the virtual DOM. It is compiling the things and it's get reflected here. Once it gets compiled, I don't know why it's taking so much time. So once it gets compiled, it is something that changes our HTML, that renders our HTML with the help of create root method inside our DOM. As you see, the changes are done. See, it is h1. So now coming back to our React components. What are React components? Components are like functions. Components are like JavaScript functions that return HTML elements, and React components are something that are independent, that don't depend on each other, and are reusable bits of code, can be reused again and again with different properties or with the same properties as well. I can re-render the components again and again in my different pages, in my different components. Okay, so the components are independent and reusable bits of code. They serve the same purpose as what your JavaScript functions does, but works in an isolation, guys. Isolation means it doesn't affect the other components. Whatever I change, whatever I the changes I done inside my one component, that doesn't affect the other component gradually. So React components are of two types. First is our class component and second is our function component. Okay, so how I'm in that, I am showing you guys how to create your first component with the help of React, with the component name, and make sure the component name must start with a uppercase letter. Okay, so what is a class component? A class component is something that includes the extend dot react dot component statement. Extend is something that I am telling my component, I am telling my class component to render the HTML with the help of React components. Okay, so they are making a class called car. Let's extend it here. Okay, so they have used a class car. Now what I am doing, the car is defined but never used. It is something that I have initialized the component, but I am not rendering that component. So what I will do, in my index.html, my index.html inside my React example React public, so I am making another div. So to make sure the root element doesn't affect the things. Div, let's say id comp, like a short form for components. So let's make a root component first. Let's make a constant, guys. So I am initializing my constant with constant namespace, and my component is com. So let's make it a same name, guys. I am initializing my React DOM now with the I am creating a root element for it, and I'm finding my div with document dot get element by id. My id is what? Comp. So you guys can use single course or double course as well. That is not a big thing. So what I will do, I'm rendering my comp with comp component, comp constant with a render method, and I'm rendering what? I'm rendering that class component here. Okay. The components are always starts with uppercase and are used something like a close tag. Okay. So once I save that, see, it is on the production right now. Now see, it is showing me hi, I am a car. So what the class component is doing, I have rendered a class component called with the name class, and I am extending it with the react.component method. And inside my component, I am rendering with inside the render method. I am returning h2. I can change anything, guys. I can use multiple tags, I can use anything. So this is the property of class component. But in React, we mostly don't use the class components. That is, we mostly use the function components because function components are easy. So, but created using a function component instead. A function component also returns the HTML and behaves the same way as class component. But function components can be written using much less code. That's why we are using the function components, and function components are easier to understand as well and will be preferred in this bootcamp as well. Okay, so we are using the function component because it takes less code, less space in the DOM as well, and in everything as well. Okay, in the React framework. So what they are doing, they have rendered a car component and returning that same thing h2. So instead of using something like this, a class component, what I'm doing, I'm creating a function. Always make sure you name your function with the caps, with starting with uppercase. And what they are doing, a function is something that has a close bracket, and inside that you can use your render, or directly you can use the return as well. Okay, so I'm using the return, guys. Let's say if I wanted to use multiple components, multiple tags, so I use this close opening, empty opening or closing tag. Let's say I am adding something called table. Okay, so table is something, let's, the tr is something, td, tr is the table row, and td is something, the table description. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, now see, it is the row, and for the, just a second, guys, for the heading there is a tag th. Let's say Inside that put a tr, let's say using a td table definition, we are comes. So something like this. See, it's a kind of table, but I haven't used the what the general standard form of table is. So this is the basics of React.js, how you guys can render that. So if you guys have any doubts, you guys can ask in the chat, and I'm making sure like you guys are clear with it. So what is Node.js, guys? So you guys can drop in the chat if you have any doubts regarding the things. And I am starting today with the Node.js. What is Node.js? Node is something that is an open source server environment. Node is for running our servers on locally on any platform, and Node.js is always free, and it runs on various platforms. Sorry guys, and it runs on various platforms called Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, OS X, etc. And Node.js also uses JavaScript on its servers. Now, why we are using the Node.js? We are using the Node.js because it uses a asynchronous programming. Asynchronous means in a anti-clockwise direction, not in a clockwise. Anti-clockwise is something that is fast. So for running our servers, we are using the Node.js because that uses asynchronous programming. That is a question that can be asked as interview point of view as well, guys. So to make sure like you understand the what are the basics, because it in some scenarios we are preparing for the utmost level at the high level, but the interviewer asks only what the basics are. Okay, so make sure you understand the basics first, and then go to a superior level, then go to a senior level, guys. Okay, so how what is the common task for creating a web server is to open a file on the server. That is the basic task for whatever web server is doing, and return the content of that file to the user, to the client. Okay, so there are two how the file request can be handled. Okay, so the file request can be handled with the Node.js in a single threaded, non-blocking asynchronous programming, which is very memory efficient. Memory efficient in the sense it doesn't take as much time to load that particular file on the server. After fetching the file, it takes like few minutes, guys. With the help of Node.js, this thing doesn't take as much time as we are using. So Node.js uses the asynchronous programming, and it is also memory efficient, guys. The anti-clockwise is something like you are running the Node.js server. Node.js server is something that uses the asynchronous programming. Asynchronous in the sense that is in an anti-clockwise manner. It doesn't search for the things from the start. It searches for your file, whatever you want to display on your web page, in a backward order. So if my file is in between something somewhere, and the previous or the like upcoming paths are in like subfolders, and there are multiple folders inside that, so the asynchronous programming starts with the last, and it will catches that particular folder first. Because if I open that, if I uses the like normal approach, I open that folder, I check on that, and if I know the last approach, my file is in that folder, so I check that thing. So Node.js uses a similar approach kind of a thing. It already knows like where is that file, where is that type of file. There are types decided, there are predefined types decided on the node, with which the Node.js server understands like what the file type, and it is mentioned inside that particular folder at that particular location. So it asynchronous is something that is fast as in a synchronous programming, as we don't have to reload our servers, we don't have to clear our browser's cache again and again. In Node.js, our server is running, our things are working, whatever changes we are done that are syncing to our code as we are doing in React. So I hope you are clear. I am, you guys are clear with it. Like what is asynchronous programming or anti-clockwise programming is, and why we are using the Node.js for running our servers, for using our servers. Okay. So what Node.js can do, Node.js can generate dynamic page content. Dynamic is something, whatever changes I done from my admin side, from my backend, it automatically gets reflected in the front end. So that is something a dynamic page content is. And Node.js can create, open, read, write, delete, and close files on the server. That is our CRUD operations. So Node.js is something with which you guys can create a CRUD, a create, read, update, and delete functionality with a similar kind of approach, and it can close the files, it can delete the files from your front end. If you have integrated the same thing with the React and the Node.js, the React and Node.js are sync with each other, you interact with the front end, you interact with the front end, guys. That is our React. And in the back end, the Node.js running the JavaScript, running your functions of whatever you are using. Create, if you are using create, it will create the, it will use the create function asynchronous call, and it will get your changes reflected in a seconds. Okay. Node.js can collect the form data. That's why we are here to develop a CRUD functionality with Node.js, and it can add, delete, or modify data as well. That is with the update or the edit commands for the Node.js. And what is a Node.js file, guys? Now the Node.js file is something that contains our task, that contain our events, guys. A typical event is someone trying to access a port on the server. There are multiple ports on your Windows server as well, on your any server as well, whatever. If you are hosted on your hosting as well, there are many ports for that server as well. If you, I am hosting something on locally, my Windows has ports that are free. So on that ports, I will be able to locate my files, I will be able to start my servers, my programming, my code, I will be able to run that thing. So Node.js files must be initiated on the servers before having any effect. And Node.js also have an extension .js, that is .javascript. Now, how we start with Node.js? You have to download and install the Node.js on your computer. If you guys are working on the React.js, you guys have pre-installed that. And if you haven't, if you are like starting from the scratch with the Node.js only, you guys have to install the Node.js on your computer and make sure to configure the environmental variables as well. Now let's try to display something. Let's close that servers. So let's go to my code again. I'm making a new folder. Let's say node. Let's open that server, guys. Click on that, and once I open that, so now create a file inside my node folder, a simple file with the .js extension that I am initializing my node.js. Let's say with the same name, my first dot js. Okay, let it it's creating the file participants. It takes some times, like on the first start, first go of the VS Studio Code, because I have many extensions installed, so that thing also takes time to load my VS Studio Code. If you don't have any extensions, you guys doesn't face any problems, but with the help of extensions, you guys will be able to make your coding smooth, make your programming smooth. Okay, so let's do a simple approach, a simple JS. I will explain everything, like what this code works, how this code works. This is a simple JavaScript. I have initialized a var, a variable with the name HTTP. Okay, and inside that I am loading my HTTP module. That is a Node.js module that comes pre-installed with Node.js. I am including my HTTP module with the require command, and I am using that variable, and I am creating with the dot create server. I am creating my server for that my first dot js, and I'm creating a server, and inside the function I am requesting with the request method, and I am getting a response with the res method. And what I am doing, I am giving my node.js server, I am telling my server that to response dot write head, that 200 response is something that is okay, and inside that parenthesis, what is my content type. If I wanted to display the HTML, my content type will be textless HTML. If I wanted to explain some CSS or like that is linked, so my content type is text/css. Okay, and this is the semicolon that ends the particular command. And in the response dot end, what is end? That is returning my HTML, that is returning my message or something, and I am listening. And this dot listen is something that listens my port. My port is 8080 as of now, so I can change that thing as well. So how to start your Node.js server? This listen method is something I can change my port. As in my Windows, there are some ports free that I have to do my coding, to do my programming, to do my all the stuff for the development parts, for the deployment parts as well. For my testing, there are some ports that are free inside the Windows, so we use that ports for our testing guys, for our running guys, whatever we are like developing, whatever we are coding. Okay, so how we can start our Node.js server? I'm saving that file, and what I am do, how we can initiate my server. Okay, so let's open a terminal. As I'm already inside my C uh, D drive, Hybrid Utopia, inside my node folder, I have this file. So for initializing my server, my file is node and the file name. My file name is my first dot, sorry guys, my first dot js. Let it be start. I don't know if that port is free or not. So it takes some time guys, just a second. Let me call it on port number 3000. That is free, I guess. So let's initialize my Node.js. If that thing doesn't work, I will show you a platform where you can practice your Node.js, because Node is something that is run on the backend parts. Due to like some issues, like this is not running. If this is not running, what I will do, I will create a Node.js instance in a website called replit.io. Okay, this is not working here. So let's close this. Let's come to our browser guys. You guys can type replit.com, with which this is a platform where you can practice your HTML, practice your CSS, guys, whatever you want. Like, I am signing up. Let's sign up with the same mail what I have. I'm using it for personal use. I'm a beginner. No, I have to skip. Now what I will do, I will create a replit here for my Node.js. The title is, let's create that. So this is my main file. Let's open a shell here. Let's use the same code, whatever we are using, and let's initialize the thing with node. My file name is index.js. See, run this replit to see your, let's run. There is an error. What it is saying, unhandled port, server instance port 80. It is throwing me some error. Let's call it on port 3000 and then run it again to see. See guys, this is something. I have to identify which ports are free on the server. Generally and usually the port 3000 and port 5000 along with the port 8000 are free. In your Windows as well, in any server as well, these ports are free. And there is one more thing guys that you will be able to share with your friends as well. What you have done, I'm sharing here so you guys can see whatever I have coded here, guys. So what you can do, you can share with the admins as well whatever you have code using the replit.com. Guys, I have coded this hello world, so I'm sharing it with you guys. This is something I can change anything. I can add some HTML here or H1 kind of a thing. Let's add a H1 tag with my name is Ashish. I guess I have to initialize my, I have to stop that and run it again. Why? Hit control. It is what it is giving. Why it's not showing the error? Just a second. It's kind of ES6. I hope. Now let me run that. If it runs or not. Yes, it's run. So to make sure you put your response in a single, what you say guys, what's this? In a single quotation. Okay, in single quotes, in single quotes, guys. And you can use double quotes as well. If you have any doubts, you guys can ask. And in the meanwhile, you guys can check it out, like what I have coding. This is a platform you guys can make your HTML. You guys can deploy your HTML and share with the admins as well. If you have like developed something really nice, you guys can use that platform and share a link with the admin so that and the like best website will get featured in the channel as well. If you like, if you want the things to, if you want your work, your websites to get featured in the boot camps, in the upcoming boot camps, guys, you guys can share with that platform, guys. Okay, so as we are proceeding to the end of the session, so I'm sharing the brand ambassador form. Those who are interested in doing such kind of stuff like a brand ambassador or that kind of stuff, guys, tomorrow we start with the, we complete that Node.js, because that some parts are like left from my side, like the basics of the Node.js. And then tomorrow is the last day of getting hands-on on full stack web development using JavaScript, Node.js, and React, guys. And most importantly, the Laravel. So I'm starting the Laravel part. I'm getting you the basics of the Laravel. What is the basics of Laravel? How you can use the Laravel? How you can initialize the Laravel's project? So this is something like you guys can use. So I'm sharing the brand ambassador form. Those who are interested can fill the form, and in 2 minutes I'm sharing the attendance form with you guys as well. I guess I have to change that form. Just a second. I have pinned that form, guys. So if you are interested in doing a brand ambassador internship kind of a sort, you guys can fill out that form and our admins can contact you guys. Okay, let's close this. I hope, I guess I have not changed the form credits, the form thing, guys. So just allow me 2 minutes. I'm changing the same. Just a second, guys. I'm sharing the attendance form within 2 minutes. So if you have filled, you are interested in doing internship kind of a sort, you guys can fill the attendance form, or the, oh, sorry, the brand ambassador form. And just a sec. Yeah, it's not updated. Let me clear the responses. I have cleared the responses but haven't shared. There are 11 responses. Let's delete that. Today is our day 6. So I'm sharing the form with you guys. So make sure to fill your attendance form. The attendance form is live right now. You guys can fill your attendance form, and I have pinned it as well. Those who have filled the attendance form, do let me know, guys, and those who have filled the brand ambassador form as well, do let me know. So I'm stopping this replit. You guys won't be able to see my code as of now, whatever I write here. So let's restore my chat, close this. If you guys have any doubts, feel free to ask, guys. I am here to explain you guys what full stack web development is from the utmost basics, from the utmost scratch. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and do like the channel, guys, so that I get the motivation for for coming up with more such boot camps for you guys, and make your understanding clear, make your doubts clear, and make the learning together, guys. Because I'm very excited, like for your like uh, whatever like responses I have for in the like previous boot camps, what I have done in the dexterity as well, and what I'm doing here as well. So do let me know, guys. If you have any doubts, you can drop in the chat as well. And if you have filled the attendance form, guys, do let me know if you haven't, and do share with your friends and family the day 6 of getting hands-on on full stack web development. And if you have any queries, and if you have, you guys can reach out to me on my LinkedIn, guys. But yes, so if you have completed, if you have filled the attendance form, do let me know, guys. We will be starting. Just a second. Why it's, yeah. Do let me know, guys, if my audio is clear to you. And if you have filled the attendance form, do let me know so that we can proceed to the end of the session. So see you tomorrow, guys, in the last day of getting hands-on full stack web development using at the same time 7 p.m. So see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And in the meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share with your friends as well, so they can subscribe and get a basic overview of what full stack web development is from the utmost basics, from the utmost scratch. So shall we proceed to the end of the session, guys? Do let me know if you have any doubts or anything regarding to ask. You have any questions with me, guys, you guys can ask in the chat, or you guys can drop me a message, a personalized message on my LinkedIn as well. I will be able to help you out, guys. Okay, so see you tomorrow at the day 7 of getting hands-on full stack web development at 7 p.m. at the same time. Till then, do practice whatever, and if you have any doubts regarding the things, you guys can ask. So see you tomorrow, guys, in that day, the last day of getting hands-on full stack web development. Yeah, bye bye, guys.